This episode of Birds and Bats is brought to you by SemoAutomall.com. Wanting to shop for cars, trucks, motorcycles, and more? Do so from the comfort of your home at SemoAutomall.com.
Hello, welcome to Birds and Bats, your favorite Cardinals talk show. We're your hosts. My name is MacKenzie.
My name is Stephen. So, MacKenzie, we're 2 weeks into the MLB regular season, and Albert Pujols is now 18th on the all-time home run list. Yay! Anyway, April 5th was the MLB opener between the Cardinals and the Cubs at Wrigley Field. So, just the opening day, what stood out to you?
Well, the fact that we won. So, 3-0. That's pretty awesome. I love the fact that we can start out the year with a good win under the belt.
Against the Cubs, makes it even better.
It just makes it that much sweeter. But what about that game, that second one that was apparently never meant to be?
Oh, yeah. There was rain in Chicago or really cold temperatures or something like that.
That makes sense. Okay, so no, cold temperatures make sense because the Cubbies aren't used to being in cold temperatures down in October. So it would make sense that they would have to postpone for that second game. But,
Yeah, well, and what was the other thing? The issue about the bathrooms? I think they only had, three working bathrooms at Wrigley Field.
It's terrible. So, no, isn't there a thing called porta-johns? Can't you, rent those? I mean, you're a corporation. Anyway, the series with the Reds was next.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
Oh, that was a really exciting series. I mean, you all know how I feel about the Reds. They're probably my least favorite team in baseball, so
next to the
anytime we have, we can beat the Reds, that's always good to me. And then there was that one second game that went into extra innings that was really exciting.
Was it the second game or the third game?
No, that was the third game. You're sorry.
I thought it was the third game.
Matt Carpenter hit that big home run. Yeah,
that
did you see that?
Really, really good. Yeah, I did see that. That was really, really great. And we ended up winning 7-5. And I think that went to, did it go to 11 innings or 12 innings? I think.
Yeah, 11 innings. That's right.
Okay, I thought so. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Nico. Nico's giving us the cue that it did go to 11 innings. But
that was awesome.
I love seeing games like that where they just have so much fight in them. We went down 5-3 at one point, and then Johnny Peralta came up huge with that 2-run homer. And there were a lot of chances where I was just kind of thinking, this doesn't feel like our day. This is going to be, the Reds are going to have a walk-off win. Do I want to keep watching? Do I want to go do something else? Because, it sucks seeing the team lose, and it sucks even more seeing a walk-off win against a team like the Reds. But, you have players that come up big like Matt Carpenter did, and I thought it was really exciting.
I totally agree. That was really exciting. Well, I think that one was the one with controversy going on, wasn't it, with Hayward?
Oh, it was one of the games this weekend against the Reds where the Reds were saying that he had a dirty slide in the third base. Brandon Phillips cut off the ball. Hayward had hit a double, and he was running to third, and Phillips cut off the ball, and Hayward thought that Brandon Phillips was going to throw to home, but he ended up throwing to third instead, so he got kind of a late slide, and the Reds called that a dirty slide, and now the media is hyping it up, saying there's going to be bad blood between the Cardinals and the Reds when they play each other this weekend.
Well, see, I feel like I don't know, I almost feel like each season we have to have bad blood with the Reds for some reason, last season with Brandon Phillips, and this season now I guess with Hayward up against them, which... I mean, that's nothing he could really... Well, I guess he could control it a little bit, but it's really? A dirty slide? Yeah. That's what we're going to get you for?
I mean, it makes it all more entertaining, so, it is what it is, I guess. But
it is. All right, and then the next series that we had, which was recent, was with the Brewers, and that was our home opener.
Yeah, home opener.
That was great. Oh, my gosh. Well, I mean, I couldn't be there, obviously, because we're in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, but what did you think about that?
Well, I actually got to watch the pregame ceremonies, the whole game. It really sucks that we lost, but, you want to win the home opener, but the ceremonies were awesome. We've talked about that in the last episode, all the great things that come up on opening day in St. Louis. And this ceremony was particularly special. We had all the Hall of Famers out there. It was Jason Hayward's first day in St. Louis. And then, of course, we had a video tribute to Oscar Taveras, who tragically passed away in the offseason. So, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of special moments. And, it was a very memorable opening day. Just wish we could have gotten a victory out of it.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. It was a little saddening that we didn't win that game. But we won the next two.
Yep.
So it really wasn't that bad. And actually, the second win was on Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah, that's right.
And which, of course, is number 42, and we actually ended up winning 4-2.
4-2.
So, look at that, smiling down from
Yeah, I love Jackie Robinson Day. Like, getting to see all the kids, I almost called them kids. Why did I call them? Well, some of them are younger than me now, but...
chidlins.
Anyway, all the players wear number 42, and that's always great to see, because Jackie Robinson is... he's an influential American hero, really. You can't say enough about the guy. I can't imagine what he went through during his playing time, and he paved a way for so many great baseball players and throughout baseball history. So
actually, that reminds me, the jerseys. I actually saw a Facebook posting from the sports administrative in St. Louis for the Blues. And the Blues actually ended up wearing Cardinal uniforms to one of... Wait, was it to a practice or was it to a game?
Yeah, I think it was to the practice.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that was really cool, though. And aren't the Blues, amazing right now? Sorry, I don't hockey. I don't know.
Yeah, Blues are... Playoff hockey's coming up right now. Blues are right in the middle of it,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, to help out Team STL, support the Blues for all you out there, just when the Cardinals aren't playing, so...
Let's go Blues.
Yeah, let's go Blues.
That's awesome.
So, what have you thought of Jason Hayward so far?
I like him. I mean, I didn't quite know what to think at first, just because I guess it was a huge hype, but it wasn't high enough because I didn't really hear about it, and I was just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, Hayward, not that big of a deal. But I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's becoming. He almost kind of reminds me of the mixture, like the kind of fun playing guy that David Freese was and everything, and just fitting in really,
you see
really well
him
with
doing
the
those
team.
dances in the dugout with Waino.
Yeah, with Waino. What was it?
He did Waino was doing one of these numbers, spinning around, and then he had a trust fall with falling into Hayward's
whenever
arms.
Hayward just falls back. Or no, Hayward did something with a towel first and then draped it on himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. So I like him a lot. I think he's meshing in really, really well with the team, and that makes a huge difference. I mean, everybody always kind of jokes around that the Cardinals are America's team. We kind of are. I mean, our team really is, because they want to be friends with each other. It's not just a job to them. It's something that they can have fun with, too. So,
yeah.
I mean...
Do you think that's a Cardinals initiation process? You have to do this many dances with Waino before you're officially a Cardinal, or you have to get on TV dancing with Waino before you can officially call yourself a Cardinal or something?
I mean, I really hope so. So that we can see more of it in the future, because that's pretty awesome. And actually, that actually reminded me of, if I could say actually a few more times, reminded me of whenever Joe Kelly did the standout.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what was the team?
That was against the Dodgers in the NLCS a couple of years ago.
Whatever. Okay, so here, do you want to explain?
Yeah, it was, I guess, a pregame ritual of Joe Kelly, where, after every game, or before every game, I mean, he would stand up there for the national anthem, and it was just a ritual for him that he would always be, the last person after they get done with the national anthem to go back, or stay out there and go back to the dugout. And then a player for the Dodgers decided to challenge him and thought he was going to be the last person to go back in the dugout too. And of course Joe Kelly stood his ground and was just standing out there with his hat off over his chest, staring down the player for the Dodgers. And they stayed there until both the teams were on the field getting ready to go. And the umpire eventually takes off his mask and he's like, "Guys, get back in the dugout!"
Get out of your place! Oh my gosh, can you imagine being that umpire? I personally, I would hope that I would be the Joe Kelly of an MLB team, if I were to ever be in an MLB team. Just because, you can tell that they're having fun with it, but I love the fact that it was such a serious game, and the umpire had to take off his mask and be like, "Get in your dugout. You need to stop."
I love Joe Kelly. I'm glad to hear that he's having success with Boston now.
Oh, for sure.
He's
for sure.
Good young player. He's going to do real well.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's episode. I think that's episode 2 for us.
All right.
I think it's going to wrap it up for us.
All right. Let's see. Coming up, we're going to have a vote. It's actually online for the Franchise 4, I believe what it's called. You look through a list of 8 MLB or 8 players for each MLB team, and you select the best 4 players of each franchise history.
And I think we're going to be talking more about that in the next couple of weeks whenever the vote comes out.
Yeah.
But this has been Birds and Bats. Please, by all means, check us out.
Yeah.
Come and hang out with us as we talk about more Cardinals baseball at foxradionetwork.com/birds and bats.
And if you have any questions or comments, you can tweet us at Fox Radio Network and using hashtag Birds and Bats. All right, so that's all for today. Let's go Cards and Blues.
Let's go Blues!